So today we are going to be create the project for Student Marks Predictor, which means here is my data set. You can see. So study hours means the student in a university, one student, like how many hours he will read, and what's the percentage. If he read 6 hours, then the percentage he will get 76.99, and if he read 8 hours, then he might get the 83%. And if he read 9 hours, then he might get around 90 percentage. Okay, so here in my data set we have a null values as well. So to fill these null values and to get the output, we have to create the project. So this is my data set, and let me go to my Jupyter. Here I wrote the code. I use the model linear regression. So you can see here. So what is so student marks predictor? I use the ML model for the deployment. Flask I use for the deployment, and HTML is for my front end to check the output, like how much the student, if we read for 5 hours, then what's the percentage he will get. So this is what the business problem. No students score above the 90%, and most of the student average below the 60%. So if we get the 60%, if we read the 2 hours or 1 hour, what is the percentage, average percentage? He might get the 55 or 60% around. Right. So my model deployment, ML regression model I used, machine learning and web interface is Flask, which is deployed in Flask, and HTML is my front end. And here it is. I use front end HTML, CSS, packaging, Joblib, and Jupyter. So this is the things, matplotlib charts. So here I have to be get the output like this. If I enter 6 hours, then I would expect the 74.06 percentage. If the students read 6 hours, then he might get this percentage. If the student read 6 hours, then he might get this output. So let me go ahead and run the file. So this is my requirement, project requirement, and this is the business problem that which we have. And here it is my Jupyter file. I have executed the code, and here you can see the output which I expected. This is the linear regression for in the ML model. And so let me go ahead. I have already pickled the file. Here you can see student marks predictor.pickle. So this is the IPYNP file, and let me see where it got created, the pickle file. Here you can see the student marks pickle predictor.pkl, which means I pickled the file. Now let me run this. To run, I'll just go to here. This is my VS Code, and I have already write the code. And let me just do the Control C, quit, and I just want to execute this. So let me just do this Python app 1.py, right? Okay, so pardon me. I'm going to be run the file, just cross checking if it is getting recorded or not. Okay, so here it is. Let me just run this file, and here let me just copy this and go to the browser, open the new tab, and paste it here. Okay, so this is my front end by using the HTML. So I'll just select the 5 hours, and I want to click predict marks. So what I got, you got the 5 hours. For 5 hours, I got the 70.13%. What if I study hours is 9 hours? Then let me just click on this predict marks. So I might get 85.87 marks if I study 9 hours. What if I study 12 hours? Let me just click. Okay, so I'll be getting 97.68 percentage if I study 12. So let me just click on the 24%, 24 hours. Then I get 144.9 percentage of marks. It is more than 100, right? Because we have made this model to write the code in between 1 to 24 hours here. So less than 24 hours. So that's why, what if I give 25, then what my model will predict? My model is predicting, if I give the 25, then it is saying please enter the valid hours between 1 to 4 if you live on the earth. So this is what the message I have given. So that's why, because I just given the 24 hours less than, greater than 0 to greater than 24 hours. So what if it is more than 25, then I'm getting this type of message: please enter the valid hours between 1 to 4, right, if you live on the earth. So this is what, how we get the output for our student predicting marks. Okay, so this is our output. So let me just run the same code in Spider and check if I get the same output. So this is the code I wrote in my Spider. So let me just restart the kernel. I have restarted the kernel. Okay, it's already in the restart mode, so no need. So let me just run this code. I have run the code. It means it's showing the red color. It means running the server. So let me just copy this and go to my browser and open the new tab. Here it is. Okay, so let me just read for 9 hours. What is the model is predicting? 85%. If I select the 9 hours, then it is predicting 85.87 percentage of the marks. What if I study 1 hour? Does it predicting 54.38, because I have given less than or equal to 60%, so it is predicting like this. What if I don't study 0? What is the percentage I'll get? 50.45. This is the minimum percentage starts with I have given in my code, right? 0 to 24%. Okay, so this is how we predicted the model and we will get the output. Right. Hope this is clear, and thank you everyone. Bye for now.